data protection in Japan is primarily governed by the Act on the Protection of Personal Information, generally known as the APPI. The APPI came into effect in 2003 and was significantly amended in 2016. On the 5th of June 2020, a bill to amend the APPI was passed by the Japanese Parliament, and the revised law is set to enter into effect within 2 years of promulgation. Alongside the APPI, the Act on the Use of Numbers to Identify a Specific Individual in the Administrative Procedure also provides personal information protection requirements in relation to the use of an individual's social security codes. The APPI sets out general requirements for personal information controllers that handle personal information in the course of their business activities. The APPI also stipulates several provisions for data transfers, such as regulating the transfer of anonymized information, enabling transfers after an opt-out period, and requiring that specific records are kept by both parties to a data transfer. Whilst the APPI does not refer to data breach notifications, the Personal Information Protection Commission, or PPC, established by the APPI, has released guidance on data breaches. Notably, neither the APPI nor the PPC guidelines determine any sanctions for failing to notify a data breach. In more general terms, the APPI provides the PPC with investigatory and corrective powers through its capacity to issue advice and orders. Failure to comply with an order for improvement may then result in fines or imprisonment. The amendments include the introduction of new pseudonymization requirements, mandatory breach reporting to the PPC, and increased penalties against corporations for violations of PPC orders. The PPC plans to provide further clarification on the amendments through subordinate ordinances, rules, and guidelines to facilitate the smooth implementation of the amendments. Many of the amendments bring the APPI into closer alignment with European data protection standards. This movement reflects developments in 2019, when Japan became the first, and currently only, Asian country to be recognized by the EU as providing an adequate level of data protection. These adequacy decisions are, however, subject to periodic review. One of the key areas of discussion between Japan and the EU in the original adequacy talks related to data transfers, and the amendments seek to better regulate this area. Free flow of data agreements extend beyond Japan's relationship with the EU, as Japan is also an active participant in the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Cross-Border Privacy Rules System, commonly referred to as APEC CBPR, and has recently signed a digital trade agreement with the US that ensures data flows and prohibits data localization. To continue researching key compliance requirements in Japan, use jurisdiction dashboards to quickly access the latest regulatory developments and best practice from leading experts.